So an Obama-appointed judge blocks Musk and his agency, it's not a government agency, but a private agency, from accessing Treasury records. And he scheduled a hearing for February 20th. Now, this arguably, and I'm not a legal expert, but arguably, and I've heard some commentators with legal backgrounds argue that this ruling is illegal, that this judge does not have jurisdiction to make such of a injunction, if you will. I think that's what they're calling it. But Musk, just based on skimming the surface, has found roughly at least $1 billion per week of fraud and abuse that's coming out of the Treasury. The Treasury, this is obviously the agency that's paying, people out, paying, it's the purse strings of the Congress. This is what's paying the welfare payments and etc. And a lot of these, they found that they're making payments out to people that don't even have Social Security numbers. So you think of illegal migrants that are double dipping, that are getting payments that they shouldn't be getting. You think of people that are obviously committing fraud. You think of people who, that are deceased, that are supposedly deceased, but they're still receiving or still giving out a Social Security check, that people, again, are using this for fraud. Given the fact that their reaction, this judge's reaction, is to put a hold on DOJ's ability to look at those records, that tells you a lot right there. That there's probably a lot of paperwork that they're looking to destroy. I would suggest that Trump should use not the military, but the U.S. Marshals to go in and secure the paperwork. Now, obviously, they have to go through the whole legal fight. It's part of this is the optics. You may argue that the ruling is illegal, but still, there's an optics around this that they could say, well, Trump's a dictator, that Musk is, acting as a sidekick, also a dictator in this case. A bunch of states also got together and sued. Obviously, these are your usual suspects: California, Illinois, New Jersey, Massachusetts. No surprise there, blue states, right? So these are corrupt elements of governments, state governments and our federal government, that are intervening to protect something that they know is fraudulent. Just skimming the surface, Musk found a bunch of fraud already. And again, that's just the tip of the iceberg. He's going to find a lot more than that, I am sure. And Trump should use force to secure those records. This is a matter of law. This is a matter of an investigation. So think of it like this. If you're a police officer and you have probable cause in this case, because we do have evidence, like say you see drugs in the car, or you see a knife with blood stains on it, you have reason to do a search. You don't need a warrant at that point. You do have probable cause. And I would argue that this situation is similar. There is probable cause in this situation. The people are, in addition to this, the establishment is acting very suspicious with regard to the Treasury. It looks like on the surface that the Treasury, going through those records, is going to be much more explosive with regard to headlines that would be made than what was made with U.S. aid or U.S. AID. So they should secure the crime scene. They need to collect the data that is on those servers. They need to collect the paperwork, and they can put a hold on it, go through the legal process, but I would send the U.S. Marshals to do that. U.S. Marshals or Homeland Security to go in there and secure the premise so that nobody can destroy any of the evidence. Based on the way they're acting, based on what evidence that we see so far on the surface, it looks like a major crime scene at the Treasury.